What is up, friends? It is your boy Z3Gs here, bringing you another commentary. Today, I'm just playing a little. I'm just gonna be posting a little bit of doubles, dubs, whatever you want to call it. Basically, what that is, it's 2v2 game battles matches. If you don't know what game battles is, it's just an online tournament website, or just a website where you can sign up, make an account, and scrim, practice, or actually just go into tournaments, play some games, things like that. I gotta stop saying things like that. That's like my favorite phrase to say, but pretty much it's just a competitive atmosphere for all the Call of Duties. There's actually even League of Legends ladders for singles. It's crazy. There's a lot of things you can do on the website, but explain a little bit more about the gameplay. It's a competitive mode with competitive rules on a competitive map. So this is Ghosts. It's one of the GB matches that me and my friend Justin played a little while ago. Just felt like posting it, and sorry about the audio. There's not going to be audio. It kind of goofed up, so I'll try to put some like background music in there for it. But for now, you're just going to hear my voice. So what I really came here to talk about today was not so much about the gameplay, which is pretty fun to watch. I mean, it's competitive. It's people know what they're doing. Basically, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to watch the cross for anyone going to B-bomb. If not, I'll go over to the right side, check A or that strip club right there, see if anyone pushes me. But pretty much, I came here to talk about competitive Call of Duty, eSports. If you guys have followed that at all in the last 4 or 5 months, it's been insane, especially if you're an Optic fan. Call me an Optic fanboy, whatever you want. I've been watching them since 2009, so I gotta stick home with my Optic squad. But it's been crazy the last 5 to 6 months. So when a lot of people started hopping on the Optic bandwagon was when Optic made their team house, which is in Chicago, Illinois. A lot of people liked that team, which was it was an incredible team. They were placing second or third every single tournament last year in Black Ops 2. Just couldn't finish off the squad with first place trophy, which was kind of unfortunate. But they were a very consistent team. Their chemistry flowed great together. I just don't know. There's this personal stuff that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of fans don't know about, which is kind of unfortunate because a lot of fans are just left in the dust. Have no idea why'd they leave. They played so good together, but a lot of people just don't think of the other side of things. I mean, you're living in a house with people. I'm sure people got sick of each other. I'm sure attitudes just got heated. I mean, it's not all fun and games as it looks to be on the YouTube scene. I mean, they make it look as if it's the best job in the world, but I mean, there's a lot of hard work, there's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of leadership roles that you got to push out on a team together. So, I mean, the first squad for when I started at least getting into Black Ops 2 was Optic Big Timer, Merc, Scumpii, and Nadeshot. Those four, probably one of the better squads out there. The one before that was Big Timer, Rambo, Proofy, and Merc, I believe. Actually, it wasn't Proofy, it was Nadeshot and Merc. That squad won COD champs, I believe. Also, the one after that was the one of the original squads that stuck together for a while. It was like I said, Merc, Big Timer, Scumpii, and Nadeshot. Those guys I thought were going to stick together forever. I mean, I can't lie to you guys. I mean, I'm a big fan of them. I always support them. I just I wanted them to stick together. But, I mean, I guess different attitudes and things came out of Optic Merc. I guess Merc was having depression issues, so-called, that they said on YouTube. I don't know if that's the whole story behind things, but he wasn't happy with what he was doing at the Optic house or with the Optic organization. So Hex ended up, which is Optic Hex is the owner of Optic Gaming. Hex ended up releasing Merc. I don't know if that was just his decision. My guess is it was a team decision. They didn't see Merc being happy with Optic, so they let him go. Everyone knew he was gonna end up going to Envy just because they're probably one of the second most known teams out there on esports right now. I want to say it's Optic, Team Envious, and then Complexity, just because Complexity is won who knows how many of the last events. I'm going to say like 10 out of the 12 last major events, which is insane. They're almost unstoppable, and the reason being for that is just because they have team chemistry. They work really hard on scrimming. They just flow really good together, and that's just what Optic didn't have. So they ended up letting Merc go. He ended up finding Team Envious, which is now, or at the time was Rambo, Karma for a little bit, Merc, and Proofy. Karma ended up leaving to Complexity, which is a GOAT squad right now. It's crazy. There's a lot of roster changes. I'm not going to go over all of them, but just kind of the main team that I follow. I feel like a lot more people know about the Optic organization than different esports, since esports isn't really a huge thing yet. It's big, but it's not the biggest, you know. People know about it, but they don't follow it like they would like League of Legends ladders or League of Legends Pro Circuit, whatever you want to call it. But after Merc left, they were looking for another teammate. So they ended up picking JCap up, which was a previous Optic member. He won a couple tournaments with Optic back in the day when he was on the team, which they were really good. It was just, I thought it was a really good pickup. They needed an anchor player who could get more kills while holding down spawn points, also getting that AR presence in the game. He's one of the better ARs in the game, or at least he was in Black Ops 2. They needed that, which was Merc's position, which he was fine at it. I didn't see any problem with Merc. He did need a little work at slaying, which JCap kind of filled that role. They ended up only going a couple tournaments with JCap. I want to say 3 or 4 at the most with JCap. They ended up releasing JCap because just team chemistry. They weren't winning. They were losing a lot of tournaments. They were hardly placing top 8 in those tournaments. It was just kind of weird to see, because you see Optic winning tournaments the previous year and then placing top 3 that year, which is crazy to think about, because they're just a winning organization, or they have been in the last couple of years that people have been following esports. So after JCap was released, they were looking for another player. That ended up being, at the time, it was Curse Ricky, I believe. Ricky is a very vocal leader, kind of a leadership role for competitive. He's a very, very smart player, very good S&D player. To be honest, Ricky, I thought, was going to stick around for a pretty long time. He filled the role that JCap really didn't push towards. JCap's kind of a more quiet player, but Ricky, I don't know. Ricky was a good AR player, very patient player. He always lifted his teammates up when they were getting frustrated, down, or just needed to get hyped a little bit on the floor. But Ricky did great with them. They placed top 6, I believe, with the first tournament they played with him. Then things went a little crazy with Optic. I did not see this coming whatsoever. Twitter, YouTube was blowing up with this stuff. Optic Scumpii, a 2-year veteran for Optic Gaming, ended up leaving Optic because of the just fighting with teammates, pretty much is what it came down to. He said a lot of bad things, a lot of hatred towards Nadeshot, which is one of the more popular guys in esports, probably the most popular guy in esports. I've been watching Nadeshot since 2009, 2010-ish, when he pretty much just started YouTube. He recently just hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which is insane to think about because I've been watching him for years, since he made it on Optic, since he made it on the Optic competitive team. It's just crazy to see how far you can get if you really want something. So he's an inspiring person to watch, to learn things from. So he's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, YouTubers and just competitive players out there, just because he wants to win so bad, just because he sees what potential his team has no matter what the roster is. So that's what I like about him. But kind of going off topic here, I was explaining more of the roster changes and stuff. So Ricky, it was Ricky, Big Timer, Nade Shot, and then who else was it? I want to say, or I shouldn't say that. I should say after Ricky left, Scumpii left. It was Scumpii for that first tournament, and then Scumpii ended up leaving. Scumpii, like I said, wanted to leave because he pretty much didn't like Nadeshot. That's all it came down to. So Scumpii ended up leaving to Team Envious, which was the team that Optic Merc ended up joining. So the team was Gunjar, Merc, Scumpii, and then Proofy. Rambo ended up going to coach. He says he wanted to take a break from competitive Call of Duty. So that team was set for another tournament as well. At the same time that Optic Scumpii left Optic, which no one saw coming, Big Timer previously said he was going to retire from the competitive, his competing days for now. He said he needs a break. He's a little bit burnt out. So Big Timer is going to end up retiring after Philly. So that time has come now. It seems like Nadeshot and Ricky were just left in the dust. So they ended up picking up Optic Parasite. He wasn't previously in Optic. He was in Curse, which was Ricky's previous team. And then they ended up picking up Clayster, which Clayster I saw was a fantastic pick for him. They needed that hype train factor in the squad. They needed someone to push them in events, bring up the hype factor in games, scrims, online tournaments, stuff like that. I saw Clayster as a great pick. They didn't even play a tournament together, which was kind of hard to believe. I thought they were going to be a pretty good squad. They were all very, very good players, very smart players. The thing with that squad is that they were really vocal. They like to have things go their kind of a way, for them calling out certain things on the map, pushing certain objectives. So that's why it didn't work out. Everyone wanted to have a leadership role on there, when a lot of fans and a lot of players know that Clayster, he's one of the better leadership roles out there. He's very vocal. He's perfect at calling out things. A good teammate. He gets crazy hype. Everyone loves it. It just didn't work out. So it ended up that Ricky and Parasite left for Curse again. So both of them joined Optic. Parasite joined Optic for a couple days. Ricky was with them for one tournament. They both ended up teaming up again. Left Optic in the dust once again, which is crazy to think about. But it was between Nadeshot and who else? Clayster, to decide on two more players. It ended up being Saints, who was in Strictly Business, and then Embos, who was kind of jumping around teams. Started off at a couple different teams and then just got released. So that team ended up lasting, I want to say, 3 days, which is pathetic, honestly. You could tell it wasn't going to work. Saints just ended up leaving, but Embos wanted to stick with Optic. I think he's a very dedicated player, very smart player, person who wants to win. So after Saints left Optic for personal reasons, didn't think the team was going to flow, Scumpii apologizes. This is crazy. Scumpii apologizes to the organization. He apologizes to Optic Hex for being hot-headed, for being irresponsible. They end up letting Scumpii join back, so the new squad is going to be Optic Scumpii, Nadeshot, Clayster, and then Embos. So that's going to be the new squad for now. I think it's crazy. I think it's going to be one of the better squads Optic has had just for that hype train factor. But I'm running out of time, guys. So if you liked the video, comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys later. Peace.